Hello everyone! We're doing another Saturday morning comics, except for this time we're in the desert of Palm Springs.
Yeah, we come out here a few times a year. I was just out here with my brothers a few months back for that episode you might have seen for Saturday Morning Comics. But this time the girls are with me. So hello to you all. We're on location, and that's hence the slightly blue. I didn't bring any of my lights, so it's just natural sort of lighting that we're doing right now. Looks like there's some people already rolling in the chat. Good morning to JP and fellow teacher Tacoma Comics. Hello, Ian. And Kachung and Delphia, good morning. And Luke from Hydra Collectibles. Luke just had his channel. He uploaded his first video to his channel. So people can go over and subscribe to his channel. He's going to start doing a whole bunch of stuff. He's a really cool guy. He was on some of my Lost shows. He's a great guy. So you should check out his channel. Yeah. Cool people's here rolling through. Let's see who else did we miss. Comic Head 84. Good morning, Kenny. And Kavi got into the Hall of Fame on Tony Sanders' Hunt show last night. So congrats to you, Hall of Famer. Don Dada is in the chat. Hello to Alec. Good morning.
Right now. Woo-hoo!
And Mr. Garrel and the Magic Lasso is here. And Chris is here. Good morning.
Chris Sharp.
And Symbiote Spider Mike is here. That's a great name. Love the name.
I like it too.
Good morning to Gore Vidal. How are you doing? And I think that was pretty much everybody so far. Kate was up here yesterday. She got here ahead of us, and because she had Friday off, no school for her Friday. And then Charlie and I came up late last night. I was listening to a lot of YouTube in the car on the ride up, so I heard all about Don Dada winning his award. I listened to the Comic Core. I listened to some stuff that Bruce did. I got the very beginning of JP's show. So there was some good stuff going on. And there's my dad. He's sitting in the other room, but he's also watching. He's thinking about making some breakfast for the girls. There's Cap'n Comics. Good morning to you. And Rob Boswell, good morning to you. And let's see, did I get everybody? There's my dad. So I'm going first, I guess, today. I made the thumbnail before I left, knowing that I had a bunch of Hickman X-Men books to catch up on. I was way behind. Yeah, I got a little, sorry. I got a little scratch there, so I put a Band-Aid on it this morning. I just scratched it with my fingernail.
Scratched myself. You're telling us to shut the door now.
Yeah, it's a Star Wars Band-Aid. Little Stormtrooper Band-Aid. So I had a bunch of X titles to read up on from this last week. I ended up getting the entire X-Force run here. So I made the thumbnail out of this really cool. Kate loved this Jean Grey cover, which is so cool. That's a really cool. Yes, my vampire bite. Indiana Jones has been brutal. So I really I'm digging X-Force. I will say it's incredibly violent. For the X titles, it's their most violent one, and quite graphic in some of the sequences. But I mean, I dig it. It's cool. I really do like it. I think it's actually I'm glad people convinced me to catch up on it, because I had been missing out. I've been missing out on a lot of the story that happened there, and I would pick up an X-Men issue and there's Wolverine running through the jungle, and I'm kind of like, what's going on with Wolverine? I haven't seen him in a while. So it is important to read what you want, but yeah. So I would recommend, like Kachung saying he wants to read X-Force. I didn't love issue 1. I thought issue 1 was a little, all right, well, they killed Xavier in issue 1. But of course we know in X-Men they brought him back like instantly.
I'm watching Pop-Up chat.
Pop-Up's chatting over there. Good morning, Sheila. Do as I say, not as I do. That's my life. So yeah, I actually really did in issues. So I had read issue 1, so I got 2 through 7, and there's some crazy bonkers stuff that went down in these issues. and I really loved it. It was awesome. Oh, geez. Whitewell Comics and I are doing Wolverine issue #1 next week, and it's $7.99. Yikes! That's an expensive comic book. That's basically the cost of 2 comic books right there.
Is the normal not like $3, $3.99?
Well, here I just got this one this week. This one was $3.99.
Oh.
So there's X-Force issue 2. So again, I would say I would put it. My favorites are I still like Marauders the most. I would put X-Force as second best. I think it's just that good. Now, X-Men and Excalibur are the other 2 I'm reading, and they're both sometimes great, sometimes not. I would probably put Excalibur as being more consistent, but it's we'll get to those because I'm going to do an Excalibur and an X-Men next. But X-Force was really good. I recommend it. Sorry, the wall's getting a little bright back here. I feel like I'm getting scanned.
You want me to like
Anyway, my
That's
book
fine.
is Dark Diaries.
Oh, I thought sister was going second. You were going last, remember?
No, she said she wanted to go first.
No, I'm going second.
Second, third. We're going in order of beauty.
Oh yeah, so the ugliest go first.
Burn. I knew that joke was coming. You talked about it, but you hadn't finished it. You were reading it. So now have you finished it?
Yeah.
So you finished. This is the modernization of the
Modern
Little
retelling
Women's.
of Little.
Yeah, the Little Women's story as a graphic novel.
This one's actually kind of cool, but it's very different from the original because, like, I've read the tween version of it, and it's very different from this one because, like, they're all not wearing like those old-fashioned dresses.
Well, yeah, clothing. I'm sure there's cell phones.
Clothing, racism.
Racism.
Some of them are
Because they're not all white,
Yeah.
right? Because in the original story, they would all be white.
And there's like LGBTQ in it.
Sure.
Joe.
Well, modern issues, right? Yeah.
And
Ooh, somebody's going, oh, yeah, it's not, the sister's illness is cancer, right?
leukemia.
Leukemia
Instead
in
of-
this
Instead
version.
of scarlet fever.
Okay.
But in this one, she survives, which is so much happier than the other one.
Good morning to you, Donnie. Thank you for calling me the old guy. For those that missed out, and I haven't seen him in the chat yet, but Kevin, who runs the channel 1-2 Comic Talk, did a readers theater that I got to take part in. It was it occurred on Thursday night, and it was a lot of fun. And I of course was playing the Elder, which Perry Comics thought was the funniest thing ever. That I would get cast as the Elder. I'm getting a little burned here. So yeah, you can call me old now officially because I played the Elder.
No, you're still young.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
John, what's stored in that drawer of light behind you?
We're in a car.
That's where I keep the souls of the recently
Okay.
departed. Okay, finish.
This one has like puns when they go march. for
Well, it's marching on
women's rights.
Washington, so obviously the posters are always going to be
Puns are
puns.
so good. There's one that says, "Let's make her story,"
Yeah, instead of history.
and then there's one that says, "The Vampire Strikes Back," and it has Leia going like,
That's funny.
Daddy, look.
Good morning to Mike from the
Still
Downright
going.
Nerdy Podcast. Hello to you. And there he is, 1-2 Comic Talk. So I was just talking about him. Sorry if I didn't catch you earlier, Kevin, but you guys should check it out. He's going to try to do these on Thursdays going forward. Not necessarily every Thursday, but whenever he has a book and a cast ready. So we did Kanto issues 1 and 2. And Dylan's comic book rants was in the cast, and his brother Mark, not Dylan's brother, but Kevin's brother Mark. It was a lot of fun. Really good stuff.
Daddy, look, I can stick my hand in. I'm gonna go back and say,
Yeah, it does look like a psychedelic kind of thing going. Honestly, only a few. Yeah, I know Donnie, but it's funny. Ooh, and Perry is going to do Usagi Yojimbo next, says Kevin. That's cool. That'll be fun. So stuff to tune in for, right? So, okay. You recommended it was a good read for somebody wanting to read an update of Little Women. Okay. Charlie's.
Personally, I recommend reading the original one, or at least like the shorter version, I guess. I don't know. But you should read the first original Little Women and then read that one.
That's a good point. I always say the originals are important to read first. Yeah, I guess we're the same age, Alec, but I always get dinged for that extra few months.
Okay.
Charlie's got one.
Done.
Dork Diaries.
And Tales.
Big fans in this household. This is book number 3.
Tales
Not so popular pop
from a not so talented pop star. And this is one where, well, they always have these little comic strips on the back. And this one says, Nikki, unlike you, I was born to be a superstar. When my fans hear me sing, they'll scream hysterically. And then Nikki says, if my ears were bleeding, I'd scream hysterically too.
Ha ha. Burn. Patrick is in the chat there. Good morning to you, Roadhouse. We are all dorks on the inside. I agree, Rob. So, Charlie, how does this one compare to the other Dork Diaries?
That's really good. I like this one.
Yeah.
I'd recommend it.
Nice.
And there's no like curse words or anything. It's perfectly.
I think we're getting a little burned out here. Maybe we need to move. I feel like I'm gonna get hit right in the face the second that sunlight gets right over the.
Oh, let's hurry
Roof
this
there.
up, kids.
All right. Well,
My
then give your
hair is
review.
like white.
I know. We're getting hit.
So my review. So I would recommend this book to kids because it's a really good one, and there's a lot of series that goes with it. Which one? This is book 3, but book 1 is this one, and the pinkish kind of, and then the purple one's the second book. So I'd recommend for any kid to read it.
Checking out Dork Diaries. Good stuff to read.
Yes.
We've recommended them a few times on here, I think.
Yeah.
Because they do good stuff.
Do you want me just to do my next book?
Yeah, no, we're blinded here. We're going to move. So why don't you girls sit right down there? We're going to spin a little bit here.
I'm gonna fly away.
We're going to shift and get a little bit less intense lighting going here. So we're going to go like that.
See me only.
And then I'll join you down on the floor here. So scoot back a little later. I know Charlie's the star now.
Ow!
Not our best move.
Yes, I know.
All right. Now we're on the floor. Go to phase 2. Did you have anything else you wanted to say about Dork Diaries? We good?
Yeah.
All right. So, Kate, what's your second book? Oh, no. Is it my turn? Or do you want to go?
Yeah.
My turn? Okay. I'm going in descending order of my enjoyment. Good morning to Kirk, Comics on the Mind, my fellow 3rd grade teacher. I read X-Men. This is the newest issue 6. Mystique, who I feel like I haven't seen in any of the storylines for quite a while, makes a huge comeback. And this I thought was a great issue. I didn't love issue 5. I thought it was a little random. It didn't really fit in with anything, but this was really well done. And I love the way they used Mystique. And I dig this cover, man, where she's just like screaming and running through a hail of gunfire. It's really cool. So I really dug this one. I would say way more than issue 5. For me, issues 4 and issue 6 here are way better. And issue 5, I was just confused. I don't understand this whole like temporal room. There's like a room where time moves differently. And a group of X-Men have to like break into it, including the all-new Wolverine. X-23 breaks in with a couple other mutants, and they have to. And it was just a random sort of disconnected thing. Ooh, Patrick taught 3rd grade too. Hey, honestly, it's my favorite age. This is a 3rd grader right here. I just think it's a fun age. Kids really take a huge growth in that 3rd grade year, and I really dig it. But not that I have a problem with junior high kids, because Kate's about to share her second book. So this, I would recommend X-Men 6. Issue 6 was really, really good. And that leaves me with the one I like least. I'll save that for last, but Kate's going to do one now. Oh, I can't see your face. Where are you?
Hey.
Here, why don't we scoot this way, Chuck?
Scoot over.
Thank you.
Sauce. I'm waiting for you to say.
You do. It's your job.
This one of Miraculous, it's chapter 1, Bifana. And in this one, her grandma comes to visit her, and she starts giving her all these things she liked when she was little, because she thinks she's 10 and she's 14, Marinette. And Marinette's got a tiny little shirt and her least favorite candy, but it used to be her favorite. So her grandma took her on a merry-go-round and stuff, the zoo and stuff. But she's supposed to go on a surprise birthday with her friends, but they can't tell her. But they can't tell Marinette that it's a surprise birthday party. So instead she went with her grandma.
Okay.
So then she got akumatized because
Grandma
Marinette,
did.
yeah, Marinette was like, I have to go to this.
Somebody's always getting
Thing.
akumatized.
Yeah, always. And then Marinette has to figure out, because an akumatized victim always is after someone or something. And her grandma's after Marinette, so Marinette has to try to figure out how she can be Ladybug and Marinette at the same time. Or if she can hide Marinette somewhere.
The balancing of normal life and superhero life is a classic story. Back from the days of seeing Spider-Man throw his spider suit into a trash can and walk away because he couldn't feel like he could do it anymore. Classic issues. Yes, Kate does love her Miraculous.
Okay.
So
My book
Charlie's
is
last
another
one.
Miraculous book. This is one I don't think we've shared ever.
Who is it?
It's called Santa Claus.
Oh yeah, the Christmas. I got this at Baltimore, right? Is it signed?
No, you didn't get that at Baltimore,
I didn't get
Daddy.
this from Baltimore.
That's mine from Auntie Juju.
Oh, okay.
Got your looks.
Stop.
You can block my face.
It actually looks prettier.
I'm sure.
It's an improvement. Okay, so this one is about, it's a Christmas story, a lot of singing, and it's where Adrian is a super kind person, and he wants to have his dad hang one of the ornaments on the tree. It's
Okay.
the last ornament.
The like one on
And
the
yeah,
top.
and they'd always do it with his dad.
Okay.
And his mom.
But it's his first Christmas without his mom. She died. Anyway,
That is sad.
so his father never came, so he said whatever, and he just hung it on the tree and went away. And then he was super sad, so he turned into Cat Noir and left, and he started saying how like he was so mad. He was thinking of Cataclysm, he was thinking of going to Cataclysm, the biggest tree in Paris. That took a long time to make. And then he meets Santa Claus. Santa Claus is really nice to him. Adrian's really nice to Santa Claus. Santa Claus gets beat up and then turns into a bad Santa Claus, sings it out of the song, does dabs in the song, and then Ladybug saves him.
As expected, right?
Again. Yeah, exactly.
Always.
Oh, when we first started watching, Dad, when
It's already been this, Dave. It's already been kids. No, this is a Band-Aid. It's already been kids comics with John,
John, is that a new neck tattoo?
right? That's what I'm rolling with.
Okay.
I'm sorry that Comics for Blame. I'm sorry you're not enjoying House of X and Powers of X. I guess it's not for everybody. For me, I feel like it was a chance to reboot the X-Men because I had not cared about an X-Men storyline in a really long time. And the way that Hickman did that saga, I felt like was it both was a touchstone from stuff that I loved, but it also felt really original and made me very excited for a lot of the series that came out of there. I'm not reading all of them. I passed on. I never read really anything from New Mutants or Fallen Angels, but I read them pretty much everything else, and I've really, really enjoyed them. That's how John rolls. Okay. Can I move on to the last ones?
Mm-hmm.
I said hello to Katie Kaboom.
And I'm still talking.
I'm sorry.
When we first started watching Miraculous, we were scrolling through Netflix to find something to watch at Alma's house.
Okay.
And we found it, and we were like, oh, it's cool. We watched an episode. And we're like, it's really cool. We watched the next one. Yeah, we realized how repetitive it actually was
Sure.
because every
Lots of television is that
single
way.
no, every single episode they go time to de-evilize, Lucky Charm, Cataclysm, spots on, spots off, claws out, claws in.
We have to.
No, they don't. Just like they need to change it up because it's
So
the
you
same
wanted
every
more
time.
originality. Yeah. Okay. Do you feel like they've ever found that yet, or are they still struggling with that?
They're struggling with it a little bit, but I think everything in season 3, whatever, everything in season 3 was a little bit better than season 4, or season 3 is a little better than season 2, I think.
So maybe they're slowly getting better.
Yeah,
Okay.
because like every episode, Marinette's like, "Oh, I love you, Adrian," and he somehow doesn't get that message, or he burns the note because he doesn't realize what it is or something.
Gotcha.
And at the end of season 2, they set something up where this is my favorite episode of Miraculous. They're in a wax museum and they're trying to make a wax figure of Adrian because it's a celebrity's wax things, and he needs his hand because someone stole his hand for some reason.
Okay.
Probably William.
No.
And so he invites Marinette, Alia, and stuff. And so Alia and Nino, who are dating, they leave the room.
Okay.
So Adrian and Marinette are alone. And then she's like, "Don't leave me with him." And then he's like, really sad.
Okay.
Because that sounds bad.
Sure.
And then he pretends to be a wax statue when she comes out of the girls' restroom. And he's just sitting there. And she's like, "Ah!" And she freaks out. And then he's completely still. It's so creepy. And then she's like, "Oh, I'm going to practice on him to tell him I love him."
Oh, so she's talking to the statue,
She's like,
thinking
"Oh,
that it's
your
a statue,
beautiful
but
hair."
it's really him.
And then she smells him and she's like, "It's Adrian's scent." And then Adrian looks down at her for a second and then looks back up quickly. And then she's about to kiss him and he's like, "Whoa!" And
Okay,
he jumps
let's not
back.
get-
It's so funny.
I know. All the romance stuff is highly entertaining right now.
Hmm.
The awkward romance stuff. I agree with what Hydra is saying here, that House and Powers is great, but the new titles, it's hard to, it's frustrating because you can't be expected to buy them all. But in some ways, they expect that. What am I giving you? Okay, you've already got one. You need 2? I will also say sometimes the continuity is spot on, and in other times with the new X-Men Fantastic Four book, the continuity is way off because that issue clearly was supposed to happen in December, not in February when it dropped. So that was a little frustrating as well. And yes, the trade, I believe, has all of the House of Lord, I got my kids are like cats right now. They're just
Let's
climbing
go,
on
let's
everything,
go.
grabbing everything.
She'll Excalibur.
I believe it has all 12 issues. The 6 House of X and the 6 Powers of X. I'm not sure how they organize it, if it goes one, the other, one, the other. So I'm not sure about that. Comics for Blame. You're not being a downer. Everybody likes what they like. You don't have to like the same things as
It's
anybody
a free
else.
country.
If you watch book club, we are often called downers, but that's just us saying we didn't enjoy this or we didn't enjoy that. Look, Charlie, you're right underneath the writing. I can still see your face. Right there. Can't hide. I see you. Kate's hiding though.
And you saw what Kate did.
So I guess I'll just do the last book. This was might have been one of my least favorite Excalibur issues. Didn't really care for this one. So I read these. I shared these books in descending order. X-Force was the better run. X-Men was a good issue. This was not a very good issue for Excalibur. I'm still really bummed that Rogue Apocalypse did not become a thing. So Rogue, in issue 5, I think, of Excalibur, killed Apocalypse. She put her hands on him and completely absorbed his powers and killed him. And then she turned purple with lines on her face. He's one of the villains.
He's in Supergirl, Kate. Remember when Supergirl dies?
He's not on this cover, so I can't show you.
Remember when
No,
he takes
that's Darkseid.
Oh.
This is X-Men. Sorry. So she becomes it was so cool, and then sadly, the next issue, it faded away, and they brought Apocalypse back, and I thought that was a really great missed opportunity. They blew it. And I wanted Rogue Apocalypse to last. I wanted her to be that way, purple for
the world is
the rest of this year.
the word doesn't really.
What?
Sound catchy.
Rogue Apocalypse.
I made that one up, so thanks. Burn.
I think
I'm just
it's
saying
nice.
Rogue and Apocalypse
Apocalypse.
blended was really
What?
cool. I just wanted more.
Would you
Nikki-
rather Rockalypse?
Daddy, Rockalypse. No.
Mickey says he's 33 and he enjoys Miraculous with his kids. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Teen books are difficult. I
He
agree.
has a sense and taste.
And
Yeah,
Kevin, if
he
you want to
does.
talk about the girls coming on for Readers Theater, just let me know. We will find a book that would work for that. Maybe something with a kid in it somewhere. But I know Kate would be down.
And if
Charlie
there's
would
a
be down.
baby, I can do the baby voice.
I don't like baby voices.
What?
Me neither.
It is easy to confuse Apocalypse with Darkseid. Absolutely. We're going to get out of here because we got a whole day of things we want to get to today. We might even find some time to go to there's a comic shop near here that I visited in the past that a fellow Instagram friend, she used to work there and she still uses it as her LCS. So she might jump over there and we can say hello. Her name is Mama Comic on Instagram. If you know Mama Comic, she lives out here and she used to work at the LCS that I visited out here. So we might say hi to her if we have time. But we will see how it goes. I'm hoping to do some auctions. I might have my first auction on my channel next week. So if you're watching my Instagram, I'm going to be doing some like JB Needmo Comics style dollar books. I'm going to have like some bigger boy books that will do auction style. So I will have a lot of different things. I need to start selling stuff to make room, and I need to get some money so I can do some of the fun MegaCon, maybe
Yeah.
slabbing of my other books, things I want to do. So I might have some slabs, Jock. It's going to depend on how well the auction's going. If I feel like people aren't bidding on anything, obviously it's going to take a lot of different
Wait,
things. I did get bitten.
What's his name? Jock?
Jacques, yeah.
That's how you spell my teacher's last name.
Yeah, her last name is Jacques.
Because you think that's her?
No, it's probably not her. So I will definitely let you guys know. I know Downright Nerdy Podcast wanted to be in on that. So if Michael, if you're in, I'm off on vacation all next week. So I might do a few like showing off of books episodes and then one night just do the sale so people can jump in and buy some cool things. Ooh, and JP wants to get in too. So maybe I got my trio and we just roll JP, Michael, and myself, depending on the night of the week. So keep your eyes and ears peeled for that. Hope everybody has a great weekend, and we will catch up with you guys all soon. Kate's going to log us out.
Bye-bye. Peace out.
Wait, sorry.